So, doing Hemp Top Tennessee side, up the mountain. We are about a quarter mile in, still uphill. Yeah. Fantastic. 1 mile in almost, kind of overlooking, heading up the west face to Big Frog on Hemp Top Tennessee side. You can kind of see Chilhowie Mountain over there. And then Parksville Ocoee Lake is right over in there over the hills. So we just came up the hill. This is one of the switchbacks everybody misses. Trail goes that way. People end up walking off this old like logging road. So some people turn it into a campsite. 1.5, 1.6 miles in, 4 miles total. We were bored, so whipped out the saw and you're doing great, guys. Cut some trees out of the trail on Hemp Top. So we're about 2.36 miles, hour and a half. More than halfway there. This is a section of Hemp Top I like to call Lord of the Rings, where it looks like New Zealand a bit, especially in the summer. Real green, logs, rocks. Pretty sweet. There's Chilhowie over yonder. So we're about 2.6 miles up Hemp Top Tennessee side, going to top Big Frog. We're passing through what's usually the flower field and briars in the summer. Really hard to find the trail. The canopy's kind of thin, so a lot of greenery grows. They've had several hard frosts up here, so everything's been knocked down. No thanks, it's probably poisonous. Black speckled, don't know what that is, but it's salamander. Surprise. Cold. So we are at 3.3 miles, almost to the top, about 2 hours in the narrow part of the ridge. Pretty soon we'll be doing the rocky scrambles. Lots of weeds here. Thankfully the frost has knocked everything back. Good times. Yeah. Bears. It looks like everybody has bypassed it. But here we are in the Evergreen Tunnel section. It looks like nobody's been through here. It usually ain't this bad, to be completely honest. You see what I mean by you can't really see what's coming up? Yeah. But this is kind of crazy compared to what I'm used to. We bears. So this section of the trail, steep. So you really got no choice but forward or backward through here. Because it gets like this. Like you could probably find some camp spots. But there are some interesting hide spots over the hill. So there's always a chance the bear's hanging out in a hole. But this is probably my favorite part of the trail. You almost need safety glasses, right? Okay, that wasn't me, that was some other animal. That stinks. So But yeah, it's cool because like I said, it's steep either side. Now we're back in the open, so now that was your reprieve from the wind for a little bit. But yeah, start getting some better views. There's some thinness in the canopy at the very top. Almost there. We're at 3.68, 2.5 hours. This ain't bad because usually it's like a 2 to 2.5 hour trip up here. Fantastic. Guess I can use my poles here. Up. Lots of rot. Lots of crevices. Yay. Neat. If you trip here and fall, it'll be a hell of a ride. And the leaf litter, it's not that unlikely. Let me bend over, get my camera angle. So yeah, it's steepy leafy. The new sign, somebody's already chewed on it. So Benton McKay to Georgia, Benton McKay up north through Tennessee, top of the hill, the mountain there. Leaving the sign, a little jaunt up to the true peak of Big Frog Mountain. 4,200 foots. In the summertime when the leaves are in and all the small trees here, it's really hard to tell which way's which. So I think a lot of people come up here and don't really ever, Google Maps and even Guy and stuff show the mountain being down the hill. But this is definitely it. There's a lot of trees around here where I put my phone on branches to take selfies.
This is it right here, this is the top.
This is it. You have now been where 99.9% of the population will never be. They might have a geocache, it looks like. It does. I think it's got playing cards and shit.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, so I put a can. Yep, it is a geocache. Fantastic.
We're gonna add something to it.
It's the first time I've seen a geocache. Maybe it was hidden before, but I've been up here a lot. Like I said, in the summertime, we ain't much of a view. You can walk down the rock and see some holes. But it's 4,200 foot, highest point in southeast Tennessee. So, good times. Like the last hike. So, I always got to have the cream delight, frosted vanilla cream, whatever they call it today, Dunkin'. Bring it to the top so I can, it actually looks pretty good. Fantastic. Got some salt water. Squeezed peanut butter, crackers, and cherry frosted Pop-Tarts. Carbs. Snap, crackle, pop. There's some holes, yeah. It gets it's way better in the winter than it is in the summer.
Okay. Well, y'all have a safe trip.
It's 75 and sunny at the top too. I love these little locusts. They're very friendly. They love my shirt. Man, this is a first, man. This place, I must have made too many posts about it on the internet.
Making it popular now.
I know. Well, we survived like 4.5 to 5 hours up and down. It was cold at the top. Yay. Let me do a selfie. Here I am. Party.